We got to bust out the brooms yesterday in baseball. We got to get soccer going. Let's see if we can't do that today. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Jason, of course, is Winning Bets, giving you guys free sports picks every single day. I hope your Thursday morning's off to a great start, and appreciate you guys kicking off that morning with me here as you enjoy your coffee. We get to talk about some sports and also get in some bets. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's first make sure we, of course, recap Wednesday, which we can, of course, say Wednesday because we've turned some profit. Let's recap it, and then we'll get in some bets for today. First, let's go ahead and start with those soccer bets, even though they're on the bottom of the tweet. That was obviously the first action of the day yesterday. You had Wolves taking on Manchester City. How about our 2-unit bet? Wolves plus 35% on the ball possession. Boy, we said they needed 33%. Wolves got 33%. That's all they got. And I tell you guys, watch that entire game. I was nervous. Knew City was going to obviously win possession. There's a reason why the sportsbook gave you Wolves plus 35, but Wolves were just either turning it over like just really sloppy, or for whatever reason, just giving the ball to Manchester City, just booming it down the field. Every ball that was just smashed down the field, I think City won every single aerial ball there was. I mean, Wolves couldn't win anything in the air. I was really frustrated. I thought that bet was sunk over. I mean, there was a period I remember in the second half where, you know, when I put in these ball possession stats, every time a team gets the ball, I like look at the clock and see the time, and then we'll re-look at the clock when the other team gets the ball. There was a period there in the second half where Manchester City had the ball for like 8 straight minutes in the second half. I have no idea how we got that 35% to hit, but thankfully we did. Good. It was a 2-unit bet. I thought we, you know, obviously the stats justified it, right? They had cashed that bet against every big team so far in the Premier League this season. So nice to see that 2-unit bet cash, but boy, was that super damn sweaty. Woo! Our other bet in that game did not come through, and Wolves plus 1.5. Yeah, may have covered in the reverse fixture, may have covered against other teams, but City was absolutely up for it. Kevin De Bruyne was absolutely up for it, having some, you know, sensational goals, nice runs. That third goal where, you know, he just picks up the loose ball, makes a couple dribbles, and smacks it with his left foot. Even used the defenders there as a shield for the keeper. I mean, just when he even takes the shot, if he like takes one more step, he doesn't have those defenders as a shield in front of the keeper. Where those defenders are positioned, how he loops that ball around, De Bruyne is absolutely world class right there. So yeah, Wolves plus 1.5 absolutely had no chance. As for the other soccer bet, Everton on their team total, I didn't watch that game. Again, I watched that entire Wolves versus Manchester City game, but in terms of looking at the highlights and reading about that game, it looks like Everton had tons of chances. I mean, they took 17 shots. They created a ton. They just couldn't find the back of the net. So that's just one of those ones you feel a little bit unfortunate based on how dominant they were in that match and how many chances they created. Again, that's just based off highlights and things that I read about that. But a little bit unfortunate right there. But boy, did we respond in baseball. How about a nice 4-0 sweep in baseball? That felt good. Felt like that was kind of coming. I know we've had losses lately, but the losses haven't been all that terrible. It feels like we've been right around winning or losing our bets. Well, yesterday it fell our way. We took over 7.5 runs in that Rockies versus Giants game. Won that game on the hook. We took over 8 runs in that Orioles versus Cardinals game. There were 11 runs scored in that game, and that was a plus money bet at even money. We took over 3.5 runs in that first 5 innings between Yankees and Blue Jays. We got 4 runs in that game. And Alcantara over 6.5 or over 5.5 Ks at plus money. He ended the game, I believe, with 6 Ks is what I saw. So nice win right there on the hook. So good plus couple money bets right there. Doing good right there with the 2-unit bet there. And Wolves plus 35 possession. Plus 3.64 units on the day. Yeah, celebrate that, guys. Plus 3.64 units. Celebrate that. As that tweet said, that's the first winning day I've had since May 1st. The first winning day I've had since May 1st. This is a guy in 2021 who's documented plus 129 units to the good. Documented plus 129 units to the good. And I had my first winning day since May 1st. Sports betting is tough. I had losing streaks like this last season. Last season, I couldn't, last calendar year, felt like I couldn't win a bet in the months of February and March. I was struggling to get to baseball season. I had stretches like this and still won over 129 units last year. kicking butt. We're back on it. I felt like that baseball sweep was coming. Really pumped for you guys for tailing those picks and trusting me and putting money in your pocket. And as that tweet says, let's go. Let's go. We got our first profitable day. Let's keep building on that, fellas. Let's go. Let's stay hot, and let's do it. Omitted from that tweet was the week win or loss. We're now down 1.94 units on the week. Just left that off the tweet. Wanted to be positive on that tweet, baby. First winning day since May 11th. Let me have it. But overall, we are down 1.94 units on the week, and we have $3 left in our arbitrage bank to go ahead and spend. All right, with that being said, let's just jump into it. You saw it on the thumbnail. It's Tottenham versus Arsenal. It's by far, I think, the best sporting event on the day, certainly in soccer, and I think it'll take the cake in all the sports that are going on. This is absolutely massive. This is the top four race. You have Arsenal. You have Tottenham battling out for that all-important fourth place. With a win today, Arsenal can go ahead and seal their Champions League fate, and they'll be the fourth team making it from the Premier League into Champions League. You get a draw, kinda over, but not really. I mean, mathematically, it can still happen, right? There'll only still be a 4-point gap, and Arsenal could stumble down the stretch, and Spurs could certainly win out. So, they could still be in there. And then if a Spurs win, now you're talking a 1-point gap, and anything can really happen with the last couple of games remaining in the season. So just a massive game. And I've got a bet for this, and I've been running extremely cold in soccer. Not that I've been running really hot in baseball, but we've at least made baseball. Remember, we had a profitable day in baseball on Tuesday. Obviously, we swept the board on Wednesday. We're definitely picking up steam in baseball. Soccer, it's just frankly not going my way, but sport that I love. I'll obviously be watching this game, so of course I'm going to go ahead and get in a bet on it. I'm going to do first half draw. First half draw at plus 120 over at BetRivers. So Spurs, Arsenal, first half draw at plus 120 over at BetRivers. What do I like about this? Well, there's just not a whole lot of separation between these clubs. Obviously, we're talking about them in fourth and fifth in terms of battling it out, for the Champions League spot. If you want to look at first half table, just take the first half results and look at the table based off that. These two teams are also fourth and fifth. Spurs have 17 draws in their 35 games. That's their most common output, or the most common result at halftime is a draw. And again, they've got 17 draws in 35. Arsenal, they've got 11 draws at halftime in their 35 matches. Again, the goal differential is basically the same, plus 13 versus plus 11. 2 of the last 4 head-to-heads have seen a draw at halftime. And I just think Arsenal goes into this match. It's kind of a nice scenario of how I think Spurs' strengths are with kind of like how Arsenal can defend it. I think this one's obviously at White Hart Lane. It's at Tottenham. Tottenham will have the majority of the possession. I think that suits Arsenal just fine. I think they can defend Tottenham straight up. What they can't defend Tottenham is when Arsenal's got the ball and they're attacking and Spurs can hit them on the counter. I think that was what maybe Spurs would want to do. I think if Spurs are smart, they're going to give Arsenal this ball today and say, you guys take it, and when you guys screw up, we'll hit you on the counter, because that's the last thing Arsenal wants to see is Kane and Son running at them with the ball, because they'll bury it in the back of the net, I think, multiple times past Arsenal. So I think Spurs want to give Arsenal the ball if they're smart. I don't think that'll happen because they're at home, so I think they'll have the ball, and I think that plays right in Arsenal's hand with how they can defend this Tottenham team. They'll play them straight up, and they'll play them tough, and they have the defense to obviously get it done. They can certainly get it done. They've got a nice back four. They've got a nice goalkeeper. So I think they can get that done right there. And then Arsenal, from Arsenal's standpoint, they just don't want to lose this game in the first half. I think this will be very cagey. If you want to take over on cards, I was conflicted on goals, what have you. But this will be super cagey there in the first half. Arsenal will just want to get themselves in the position in the second half to either possibly win the game, get the 3 points, seal Champions League, or just ultimately end this game with the draw and really just keep that nice 4-point cushion that they have with then only a couple of games remaining. So I think this will be very, very tight in the first half. I almost wanted to do under 1.5 goals, but of course I came in at like minus 230. So I'll just take the draw. It doesn't have to be 0-0. Spurs can get a goal. Arsenal can obviously get a goal. We can get some form of draw. I think 0-0 happens, but I think 1-1 is also well in play. These two teams are just very, very evenly matched. And what that is, with how I think Arsenal will play it, more of a conservative nature in the first half to just get it to the second half where we can really sew up our Champions League fate there in the second half. I like the first half draw, so I'll go ahead and bet that accordingly at plus 120 over at BetRivers. All right, other than that, it's a really big day here on this channel. We've got our episode of Between the Posts a little bit later on this afternoon with Matt, where we're going to talk about this Tottenham versus Arsenal game. So if you don't like my bet for it, hell, come join Between the Posts and listen to what Matt has to say about that. Maybe you'll like his bet better. We'll also preview preview of the FA Cup final on Saturday between Liverpool and Chelsea. We'll give you guys some bets for that. And then you got the weekend Premier League slate of games. You got some big ones. You got Tottenham taking on Burnley. You got Manchester City still going at it, obviously trying to win the title. You got Liverpool taking on Southampton midweek. We'll kind of talk to you about those Premier League games as well. And then, of course, the payoff pitch at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time as well. The payoff pitch at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. We'll give you guys my baseball bets. That time, by the way, on Between the Posts is 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. So they're pretty much back to back. So let's just hang out this morning. Let's have some fun. Let's talk some sports, and let's put some money in our pocket, fellas. All right, go enjoy your Thursday. Get that first half draw in at plus 120 with me. I'll see you guys a little bit later on. Have a good one. Thanks for watching till the end. I'm Jason Mattis. Any love you can show by giving me a like, a subscription, or a comment, or even just share this video is very much appreciated. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to increase your chances of locking in the same odds as I talked about today. And check out my other great videos in these corners.